80 members of Congress are now pushing for a fourth stimulus check to be included in either the Build Back Better plan or the American Families Plan. There is now more support for a fourth stimulus check in Congress than ever before. I'll update you on where we're at with the two new infrastructure spending bills, student loan forgiveness, and the $15,000 first-time homebuyers credit. There's a lot to go over today. Hello and welcome to today's May 24th daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now so I can keep you up to date on what's going on in Washington, D.C., the economy, stimulus check package programs, and some occasional funny news. All right, now I just want to remind my community to be aware of the fact that there are scammers using my picture to try to trick you into texting them about money, investing, your taxes. These are scammers. Ignore them and report them. Also, don't forget that by the end of this month, Casey and I are going to give away over $3,000 in prizes and cash to our community as a way of saying thank you. I'll make sure to leave a link below. Go get your name entered. I can't wait to give away that money. All right, now last week I told you that President Biden had told Congress that including a fourth stimulus check in either the Build Back Better plan or the American Families Plan would 100% be up to Congress to decide whether to do that. We had 70 members of Congress that were in support of a fourth stimulus check. Well, now there are 80 members of Congress urging President Biden to do a one-time fourth stimulus check direct to the people or to do recurring stimulus checks direct to the people. Now, I share this because it's in the news, right? I've been telling you, I'm not saying, yes, it's going to happen. This is guaranteed. It's happening today. None of that hype. I have no idea whether this will happen. I told you 1 week ago today that it would be inappropriate for me to say that it won't happen, and it would be inappropriate for me to say that it will happen. But in 1 week, 10 more people have come on board supporting a fourth stimulus check. Now, in Congress, there is a committee named the Ways and Means Committee. Well, this committee sent a letter to President Biden urging him to do recurring stimulus checks to help Americans get back on their feet after a long and difficult year. 56 of the 80 in Congress want to see $2,000 recurring stimulus checks until the pandemic is declared over. This initiative is being led by Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Another part of the 80 are saying we want to see $2,000 down and then $1,000 recurring checks until the pandemic is declared over. Now, the new 10 or so in Congress have not specified a dollar amount. They're just saying, hey, based on certain numbers and data that we're looking at, one more fourth stimulus check direct to the people would be incredibly helpful to a large percentage of American people. So they're not putting a dollar amount on it. They're just saying, hey, one more check is a big help, but they're not labeling it with a dollar amount. Now, I could see them doing one more check, absolutely. I don't know that I see them doing a high dollar recurring check. Okay, now that's as much of my opinion as I'm going to put into this video, but a high dollar recurring, I don't know that I see that happening. But I definitely could see a one-time stimulus check happening. All right, now remember, I told you that this stuff could be slipped into these spending packages at the last minute. And all of a sudden, we're seeing that increase as we get closer. By the way, I just want to say thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. Last week, you gave one of my videos over 42,000 likes. I really, really appreciate that. I love bringing my community the news. All right, now Biden is wanting to have some concrete ideas in place for the first half of the infrastructure spending bill by the end of this week. This is the $2.3 trillion spending bill that will focus primarily on physical infrastructure. Then there is the American Families Plan, which is a stimulus package that they are saying is more like a social infrastructure bill because it will focus on helping people by stimulating areas of the economy or pockets of the population of the economy where Congress feels they are lagging behind. Now, a few days ago, President Biden said he will not support the Progressive Democrats' student loan forgiveness plan. Biden ran on a few big promises: $2,000 stimulus check, which ended up being $1,400, raising benefits for Social Security, SSI, SSDI. We're still waiting to hear on that. Every now and then a little bit of information trickles out, but nothing really big right now. And then forgiving student loan debt and a few other things. So when I first read this, I was very disappointed. However, one word stuck out. He said he won't support progressive student loan forgiveness. So that tells me that I still think that the $10,000 of student loan forgiveness is on the table, but progressives like Senator Chuck Schumer or Senator Elizabeth Warren that are asking for $50,000 of student loan forgiveness, I believe that's too high and too progressive for President Biden. So when he says, I won't support progressive student loan forgiveness, I think that's what he's talking about. So I know there's a lot of people in my community that would benefit from having additional cash flow, getting some of that debt off of your back if they do student loan forgiveness. But it looks like for right now, President Biden is saying $50,000, I'm out, right? So $10,000, I believe, is still on the table, okay? Now, some of you have been asking me to briefly touch on the proposed $15,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers. So this is still in the proposal phase, and it would be a tax credit versus giving you $15,000 as a grant or actual money or as a discount, right? If you are buying your first home, this credit would give you either 10% of the purchase price towards the tax credit with a maximum of $15,000, whichever is higher, right? So $15,000 is the cap. Basically, this would give you a credit against your taxes to lower your taxes. So instead of sending $5,000 to Uncle Sam, you would have that $15,000 credit. You'd get $5,000 off each year, right? Or if you owed $20,000 in taxes, you would now only owe $5,000 because they would minus out $15,000. So essentially, instead of pumping it into your house, you would not pump it over to Uncle Sam, right? And that saved money could go towards your mortgage. So it will be a true tax credit versus the stimulus checks, which was a tax credit that is advanced to you, or the child tax credit, which is a stimulus check program for children, which is a tax credit that is advanced to you. I hope that makes sense. So it's a tax credit, but it will not be advanced to you. Okay, now over the weekend, the Biden administration offered a compromise to Republican lawmakers. They offered to lower the $2.3 trillion Build Back Better plan down to $1.7 trillion, citing that they could compromise on a few things that may not qualify under old definitions of infrastructure. So essentially, okay, listen, if we went back to what we used to call infrastructure, then yeah, we need to come down by about $600 billion. However, Republicans said the $600 billion reduction, although it's a good start, is not enough. The Biden team has significant wasteful spending that still needs to be trimmed down. Okay, now this is what Republican lawmakers are saying. Now, under no other president would these things be considered infrastructure, according to Republican lawmakers. Now, as far as the fourth stimulus check goes, the 80 members of Congress say that it would fit best into the $1.8 trillion stimulus package called the American Families Plan. So even they're saying, okay, this might not fit into the Build Back Better plan, as stimulus checks to the people aren't technically physical infrastructure, but under the social infrastructure or the stimulus package, it's a very natural fit. So that's kind of what we're seeing in the news this coming week. Now, with Republicans not wanting to increase taxes on corporations or U.S. citizens, they are saying this bill needs to be much, much smaller. However, President Biden and Democrats are saying, let's just tax people and businesses more and pay for it over a 10 to 15 year period, right? So they would take on the debt and then pay that off. Now, President Biden and his administration will have to soon decide whether to find common ground and be the unifying president he promised to be, or to push the bill through and call on his Democrat Party members to use budget reconciliation to just push it through without any Republican support. So they're going to have to make a decision here very soon. Now, certain Asian countries, including China, have said for the first time publicly that they are worried about the inflation that could be coming to the United States based on the amount of borrowing and spending the country is doing. So these Asian countries, China specifically, is saying, hey, we're really worried about the United States. Now, China says their workers are back to work and have been for months, so their GDP is going to see natural growth versus government debt growth. They are also telling other countries in the world to keep an eye on the United States spending and inflation. So they're calling out the United States. Now, although China is not fully wrong about the amount of borrowing and spending, they could be using this as an opportunity to continue to increase their influence in the global trade market while making the United States look bad. All right, now Leroy from the community said, giving back to work bonuses to people is such a kick in the face to everyone that worked throughout the entire pandemic. We've been forgotten. Leroy, I feel the pain in your words. I've certainly worked throughout the entire pandemic, but there are many people that were on the front lines, lots of people-to-people contact. And so all I can say is I'm not seeing anything about the heroes pay, but I hear you. I see you. I see the problem, but I don't know how to address it. But I just wanted you to know that many people have said that, and I get it, right? All right, Mark W. from the community says, guys, I like Stephen, but I'm pretty sure he is a spy for Joe Biden. All right, well, I appreciate you thinking that I would be a good spy. That's really cool. But no, I'm not a spy for Joe Biden. Amber R says, Stephen, I'm new to your community. Has anyone ever told you that you look like Clark Kent? Yes, I have been told that a few times in my life. All right, I just wanted to share a few comments that stuck out to me over the weekend. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. There's a lot that's going to be happening this week, so make sure to tune in each and every day. Before you go, make sure to enter your email to be one of the 20 winners of either an amazing hat or some cash. We know that there's still people that need help in the community, and there's others that would like to win some of our cool merchandise. Anyway, before you go, I just wish to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community. Have a great Monday and rest of your week. I'll be on with lots more updates, and I'll see you on the next video.